Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to another video with a guy and his projects. Today we are working on the new Jeep Commander 2006. So new to me, I suppose I should clarify. So far, I really like this Jeep. You guys have seen the intro, and that is about it on this. There is a lot wrong that I'm working my way through. Some of it on camera, some of it not. I can tell you today, we are doing an oil change with a cleaner. So I've never used this before. This is gonna be my first time, but we are using this AMSOIL, yeah, almost at Amazon. AMSOIL Engine and Transmission Flush. We're gonna see how it works. Essentially, we're gonna dump it in the crankcase, idle the Jeep for about 15 minutes, shut it off, drain the oil, and proceed with a normal oil change. I've never done that. I do fluids on every new vehicle I buy, just to get a baseline so I know where things are. And I'm gonna add in this system this time and just for the heck of it, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I am using Benzoyl Ultra Platinum 5W20 in this Jeep with a Purelator Boss filter. I love Purelator Boss filters. I will link this stuff down below. Remember, if you click on an Amazon link I put down there and buy stuff, I make money. Money helps keep me motivated to keep posting these projects for you guys. So click link, buy stuff, you get stuff, I make money, life is happy. I keep posting videos. So that's the arrangement. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I've never done a oil change on a Jeep Commander, so this is a new one to me, but I'm gonna do a DIY tutorial on how I do it. Keep in mind, I am not a certified mechanic by any means, so what I do DIY style, and follow me at your own risk, however you would like. So that said, we're gonna give this a try. So this says it cleans, I don't even know if you guys can see. It says it cleans engines and transmissions, proven, one treatment, blah, blah, blah. Loosen sticky valves, clutches, lifter noise, clean seals, oil consumption, reducement, and whatnot, and who knows. Add entire bottled engine oil, fill port, idle engine for 10 to 15 minutes, and then immediately drain the oil, replace filter, and refill with new oil. It's got transmission instructions on there too. We're gonna go ahead and do that. So, I'm gonna pop the hood. And then we're going to find the oil fill port on this thing, which is right here. It's a little dark. I want to turn you guys upside down. Don't you worry. I'll fix it in the editing process. It's dark in here. Ugh. So that's going to come off just like so. I might add that the oil on this actually looks really good. The previous owners did it, changed right before I bought it, but I don't trust anybody, so I'm gonna dump this whole contents of the bottle, it says. So why there's a sight glass in it, I don't know. In case you want to make up your own rules and only do half a bottle. I don't know. Throw the bottle away, put this in the drainer, put our cap back on, and we're gonna run it like normal for 15 minutes. Hey, you guys are upside right again. Ha! Probably not. I parked this too close to the driver's side, so I have to start it from the passenger side. I can't fit. Barely got out. Okay. Oh. We're gonna crank this in and turn her on. Fire her up. Now I'm gonna set my timer for 15 minutes. We'll shut her down, drain the oil, and I'll take you along for that part. But for right now, we're just staring at it. So I'm gonna turn you guys off. Okay, we have hit the 15-minute mark. So we're gonna come in here. We're gonna check. And our coolant temp is 189 degrees, which means we're probably up to temp on the oil as well. Take keys out. Oh, just gonna leave them in here. Oh. Now we're gonna pick this thing up. If you don't have a way to pick it up, you're gonna crawl on the ground. I'm gonna pick her up. Alright, so if you come under your Jeep, I got a skid plate right here. You see your transmission, a catalytic converter, and then going towards the bumper, you got your oil drain pan with your plug right here. Looks like it's going to create a mess, but I could be wrong. I'm going to go ahead and pull that after I find a spot for you guys to sit. This is a 13 millimeter for me. Oh, I feel like they should have made this oval further this way, but whatever. I'm going to pull it from up here and hope you guys don't get hit for one, and two, this doesn't go all over the skid plate. Oh, it barely misses a skid plate. Very good. Looks a lot darker coming out than it looked on the dipstick earlier. That wasn't horrible at all. Grab my socket and my drain plug. Alright, so sometimes I let this drip for a long time. Today I'm going to put this back in, hit the filter. The pan will continue to fill up with what's up in the crankcase because we're doing this while it's hot, so it hasn't all drained down. I'm going to do the filter and then we'll come back, pull this plug one more time to let whatever's pooled up out. So the filter is right here by your front passenger tire, or right inside the frame. I don't know the easiest way to get to. It looks like a pain in the butt from here, so it might actually be easier to get to from up above. But I want to try from down here first. It's crowded and I don't know where to put you guys where you can see. But hopefully you're in a spot where you can see. Oh, I want to get up here. There's not enough room for you to wrap your fingers around it either. Let me grab one of them tools. Alright, I want to try and get this up in here with an extension. There we go. And break her loose. It's working out so far so good. But you got her loose. Pull your ratchet out. Reach up there and just get her the rest of the way, I guess. For better or worse. Ooh, that's messy. Look, another manufacturer's stupidity. It's going all up in there, as usual. I don't understand why it's so hard for these engineers to figure things out. All I gotta do is drag this down further. Engineers always messing crap up. Alright. There we go. That is out. Try and catch this stuff that's splattering everywhere. Good gravies. Okay, now we grab our new oil filter. I have no idea how much you guys just missed because it wasn't recording. But I got the old oil filter off, new one going on. It's right here. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get to, kind of hard. So I utilized one of these doodads. I will link those down below. If I forget, remind me. But I pre-filled this oil filter about halfway. And I'm going up here and I'm just going to tighten it by hand. Like that. Okay, and then I want to try and clean up all the oil that spilled up here so it doesn't leak down on the driveway later. Unfortunately, it went in the skid plate, so that's just going to drain at some point someday. And I'll just have to deal with it. Sorry you missed half of that. Alright, we got the oil filter down, so we're coming back here to the engine oil pan. We're going to pull this plug again and let whatever's accumulated out. See, quite a bit more there. We're going to let that keep draining until I'm happy with it before I plug it up and fill her up. Alright, once you are satisfied with the lack of drippage, I'm going to put our drain plug back in. This is most likely 25 foot-pounds, 23, somewhere in there. Don't know exactly. Which for me is right there. Okay, your oil filter's replaced, your drain plug's back in down below. We're going to come back up here to this guy. Oh, I think we're going to steam clean this whole engine bay here in the near future because this is gross. This is nasty. Dunk your funnel in. And then I like to go ahead and shake up my oil. Try and relieve whatever additive package is in there and mix it back up. I'm going to dump in 6 quarts. I believe it calls for 7, but I'm going to dump in 6 to start. We'll check our level and then we'll add a 7th if necessary. Again, I will link the oil filter I use and I will link the oil I'm using down in the video description below. Alright, grab the 5/4. Put this sucker in. Okay, so at this point, we're going to let that oil settle. You don't want to just dump it in and check your dipstick. So we're going to let it set. We'll check the oil. We'll adjust as necessary. Most likely we'll have to add at least another 1/2 quart. And then we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get this out. And put our cap back on. And close the hood. And that is how I just did the oil change on this 2006 5.7 liter Commander. Pretty easy. The filter's in a bad, weird, ugly spot, but that's whatever. Still easy, nothing complicated. Dispose of your oil in a environmentally friendly way is what I'm going to say, and carry on. Make sure you check the dipstick after that oil settles in the pan. Make sure you have enough fluid. Guys, I always appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the donations. When you guys click on the Amazon links and buy stuff, I get commission off that. That is super helpful. And I want you guys to know that, so that keeps me inspired to keep posting more videos. I'm going to do these repairs and maintenance regardless. but taking a video takes a lot of time and effort, so I appreciate it. Leave a thumbs up, comment down below what you're working on today or what's in your garage and what you're doing with it. And yeah, until next time, adios.